A deli delivery. You the woman that called for the eggs and the salami and all this other stuff?
Luke, what are you doing here this early? It's not time to go to work yet.
Well, let me in and I'll tell you.
I can't. The door's stuck. Will you help?
I am helping. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now.
Oh, no.
Hi.
There. Hi.
I bought some groceries.
So I see.
Would you like to have breakfast with me?
Yeah, sure. But all I have is coffee.
No, I don't need coffee. I've got it all in here. Why don't you come up to my place? I'll cook it.
Terrific. Anytime I can avoid cooking, I will.
Okay. Western omelet sound all right to your palate?
Sounds delicious.
All right. Come up as soon as you're ready. I'll get things started.
Okay. I'll be up in a few minutes.
All right.
Luke.
Yeah?
Thank you. I know why you're doing this.
Do you?
Sure. I read you pretty well, you know. You're trying to make me forget about things.
Well, I thought maybe my greasy cooking would, at least for a few minutes, help you forget the murder and all the problems your uncle is going through.
Thank you. You really are terrific. At times.
I have my moments. Yet times. Don't be too long. I'll eat it all.
I won't.
All right.
You know that we hardly get to spend any time together anymore.
I know. It's been all this shock and PJ to take care of.
And Jeremy.
Yeah.
Joe tells me he's feeling a little better.
I think so. I think so.
No, I gotta tell you something.
What?
It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do was tell him that PJ was my son.
Shh. Everything is going to work out fine. Trust me.
Annie, we're gonna have to talk.
Well, why don't we grab our chance now?
Listen, I've been walking around in an absolute daze lately.
Of course you have. Of course.
But you're okay. That's the main thing.
Well, that's not really the main thing. I think the main thing is, how's PJ?
I spent a lot of time with him last night, just holding him, telling him that I'd take care of him, that I loved him. And he kept calling out for Diana.
Oh, Jeff.
You know, I couldn't believe it that Heather showed up at Diana's memorial.
I think she was telling the truth when she said she didn't go there deliberately. Anyway, let's not talk about Heather. Let's talk about PJ, right?
No, I wish I could find a way to make him understand that I'm his father and that I'll raise him and love him always.
Well, he's not going to be able to understand that for a long time to come.
No, I guess not.
He will, when he gets older, in the future. Okay?
I'd like to talk about the future, as a matter of fact. That's the main reason I called you over here. Annie, do we have one?
Hi.
What are you doing here?
Nice to see you this morning, too, Amy.
Well, it is awfully early, and if you're here to see Leslie, she's already gone to the hospital.
No, I'm not visiting. I was helping Jeff pick up some of PJ's toys and his clothes, and I thought I would bring Mrs. Grant her keys to Diana's apartment.
Come on in. But you didn't have to worry about getting the keys back. Mrs. Grant has 2 sets of them.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. Yep, because I remember when she lost a set over Christmas holidays.
Try and slip Diana and LSD Mickey, you know.
I know that. But obviously Heather wasn't in her right mind.
No, obviously not. No one in their right mind would do that to another person.
But does she have to pay for this for the rest of her life? And now everyone is acting as though somehow Heather had something to do with Diana Taylor's death.
Why do you say that?
You must have noticed the way everybody was acting yesterday at the hospital. There was no way that Heather knew it was Diana Taylor's memorial service. She couldn't have. And I felt very sorry for her.
I'm sure you did. What did Heather say exactly? Any,
She was very upset at the way people kept staring at her. You know, it was Dr. Nelson that brought her here into town, hoping that maybe she'd have a chance to see her son. Joe, don't you know how that must make her feel? That is her very own son, and no one will let her get near him. Now, don't you think that's awful? Especially since, obviously, somebody else murdered Diana Taylor in cold blood.
Oh, yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute. Laura?
Yeah?
Okay, same song, different tune. Here we go.
Okay.
3. No, wait on. 3. You better do it together now.
All right.
1, 2, 3. You know, I'm getting sick of these doors. I really think we ought to spring for the bread and have them fixed.
Really? I thought those doors are kind of fun sometimes.
Really? If you think the doors are fun, you're gonna love breakfast. Okay, A number 1 table, mademoiselle. Be seated.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You know what?
What?
Your place is actually worse than mine. I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, it is possible. I testify, but then you've been fixing yours up.
Well, you ought to try it.
Man, who cares?
You know, actually, I've been having a lot of fun fixing my place up. It's taken a long time, but I didn't have the money. Looks good.
Well, I consider myself a fair country cooker.
There never was a complaint at Calhoun's Diner.
That's true, there wasn't. Now, here's your bread. You got your choice, you got your bagels, and you got your rye. However, they're not warm because the oven doesn't work.
It's quite a breakfast.
Nothing is too good for a waterfront rat.
That's right. I'm a waterfront rat now.
Well, you live here, but maybe you're not actually a waterfront rat. Maybe you're a ratette. We should call you a waterfront mouse, perhaps.
Oh, I really like it here. I really do. And my dad lives here. I really feel like I fit in.
You've changed, Laura.
Good for me.
I like what I see. Listen, do you want some more eggs? If you want any more eggs, they're right here on the skillet.
I'm very glad that you invited me to breakfast, even if it was just to make me forget my family's problems.
Oh, no. Wait, now. It wasn't just that. There's another reason.
What other reason?
I wanted to tell you that I think that you're doing great.
Am I?
You are. I think that there should be not only a Port Charles Day, I think there should be a Laura Baldwin Day. The waterfront mouse who has made it on her own 2 feet.
I like the sound of that.
So do I. Here she is, folks. She not only carpools. On the day when she can't get that sleazy guy to carpool with her, she will take the bus. She won't even ask her folks for bus fare. She even paints her own sleazy apartment without a net.
Well, let's hear it from me.
My hands won't quite make it together because there's one thing that is very irritating to me about her. She insists on taking a free meal now and then from a certain Australian pervert. Other than that, she stands on her own 2 feet. She is a woman to be admired.
Robert Scorpio is not a meal ticket.
Well, he'd better be.
Well, actually, it does help my food budget, you know, if he takes me out to dinner.
Is that it? Really? That's all of it? All it is just whining and dining?
Robert Scorpio is a lot more interested in asking me a lot of questions about you and Alex than he is in romance.
Oh, sure.
It's true.
I don't trust that guy, Laura.
Do you care?
Hell yes, I care.
Good. Good. How about seconds, huh? Since you destroyed that one? Want some breakfast?
Not very hungry. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess you got a lot on your mind, huh?
Yeah.
I got quite a bit on mine myself.
Annie, it's just that everything's at stake here, and I just don't know what's going to happen. Do we really have a future together?
How can I answer that, Jeff?
We could start from the top. Do you love me?
You know I do.
And I love you.
I think you do.
Annie, you know I do. It's that night I spent with Diana Taylor, isn't it? That's what's between us now, isn't it?
I am trying to understand that night, Jeff.
But you don't. Not really. Annie, you've got to understand what I'm dealing with now. Heather is still my wife, legally. I mean, I have to make a home for PJ, and yet I have to keep him away from his mother.
I know you don't want to... Heather near PJ, but...
There are no buts.
Yes, there is a but, Jeff. You said yourself that Heather is his mother.
Heather is no kind of mother. Otherwise, she never would have given Stephen Lars up like that.
Now, Jeff, you don't know that for sure.
I know it as sure as I'm standing here, Ann.
Please, don't get so mad.
Oh, come on, the hell with it. Let's not get into it, okay? Okay.
Jeff, this is all part of it. You see, I really wanted to talk with you about everything here, but I didn't want it to be quite so emotional.
Annie, all I know is that Heather's getting out of that sanitarium pretty soon as an outpatient.
You can't stop that, Jeff.
No, and on one level, I don't want to. Because if she doesn't get better, there's no way that I can divorce her without waiting for 5 years. And Annie, I love you too much. I would never ask you to do that.
Come here, sit down. Jeff, I know that it might make it easier if we could be together. Make love with each other while we're waiting.
I can't ask you to do that, Annie.
Jeff, I have been thinking about it, and I have almost convinced myself that it could work. But it won't. And it's not just for me. It's because of Jeremy and PJ. PJ is 3 years old now. In 5 years, he'll be 8, and that is certainly old enough to start questioning those kind of situations. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Even when Jeremy said that we should get a place, he did mention we should get a place with 3 bedrooms, one for each of us.
Yes. He did say that. Not thinking that we would share the same bedroom, being lovers. And there is one other thing.
What's that?
Let's say you decide the heck with everybody, the heck with the whole situation, and we do live that way. There is Heather. And she would certainly find grounds for a custody battle, as far as PJ is concerned, wouldn't she?
Oh, brother. There's just no end to the mess that I've created, is there?
Jeff.
You get it. Hello? Yes, Dr. Nelson. I see. Well, I was kind of expecting that. Yeah, well, if I don't sound overjoyed, it's because I'm not. All right, you just remember what we agreed upon, all right? I do not want Heather anywhere near my son. All right, you're the doctor. Well, Nelson's gonna let Heather start coming home, one day at a time. I don't know when it starts.